Okay. Yeah, I don't know what is going on, genuinely. Okay. Other than the big bag back here, I yeah, I wish I could. I probably could crop it out, but honestly, make this smaller. Where the hell is it?
Since you're already playing games anyway.
Since you're already like playing games and making YouTube, you should like just make videos instead of trying to make ads.
Well, I can't even do anything with it. Like,
Dog sucking on that bone. Okay. Now, but today I want to react to something. I just want to make sure it's pulled up. Alright. Yeah, it took a little bit too long to fucking let me know. But good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon. Whatever time of day you're sitting here watching this, I was just genuinely wanting to sit here and watch something. Uh, Especially since I just finished the Red Dead Redemption series and stuff that on my channel and stuff, and I was wanting to have a, I guess a I don't know about what this was in this video. I clicked on it and then I was like, you know what? I should react to this video before
It's the
anything.
year 2025 and things have
And this is Hazard. I do watch his channel. I like for everything updates with Red Dead Redemption. I'm gonna take my medicine. But this is just something I've been wanting to react to, or I wanted to react to when it first came out, or just watch it. But then I thought what better plan it to do since I just finished. Uh, like literally, what day was it? Yesterday or today? 2 days ago I finished. It was the last one that I did. And really, the last video I did wasn't even a Red Dead part of the series. It was just a good, like the intro that I had going with it for so long, and I had so much fun playing this game, and I do still want to play this game. It's just like the title even says, Red Dead is now officially abandoned by Rockstar, and I do hate that they did this, but there has just not been nothing new.
have never been more over for Red Dead Online. It's the year 2025, and things have never been more over for Red Dead Online. From a lack of major updates to Rockstar straight up removing features from the game just to piss off veterans, it would appear as though the world's only online multiplayer cowboy action game is now well past its expiration date, which means nobody should be playing it anymore, right? Actually, you'd be wrong. Dead wrong. Not only are people still playing Red Dead in 2025, but it set a new peak daily player record on Steam in January with 86,405 players in game at one time.
Me and about 15 of my friends were a big part of this. And like I said, with my videos and stuff, I don't know if my videos helped out any, but
And then just 1 week later, it broke its own record by hitting nearly 100,000 players in game. And if you think this is just a PC thing because of the 75% discount that we recently had, I'd like to remind you that Red Dead Redemption 2 also topped the charts for the most downloaded PlayStation 4 game in January across the North American region. All of this is very impressive for a game that Rockstar officially abandoned 2 years ago, so they could focus on GTA 6 and GTA Online instead. However, is Red Dead Online still worth playing in 2025 if you're a fan of the series?
In my opinion, yes. It is very worth it. But once you get done with everything, like what is there to do? Yes, you can still have fun, but like my friends and I also have looked at it like, okay, we don't have nothing else to do. We've did everything that we could do, like other than like getting some trophies and like awards for the game, doing this and that on the story or something, which I have wanted to play the story again for the channel. I don't know if I should or not, but I might more than likely play the story again for the channel, because I've tried to play it in the past for the channel, but like every time I just don't. I get to a certain part in the story and then I never finish it. It's like once the part where I don't even remember what it's at. It's like once we get to the caves and stuff, it's like when I kind of stop having interest in the game, and then I restart and make a new story because I know what's coming up, and pretty sure anybody that's been playing this game, they know what's going to happen.
Easy is it to find a match? And can you still enjoy the PvP and PvE content in this game? I'll try.
The free world stuff, yes, you can thoroughly enjoy it. The player versus player and stuff like that, yes, you can still enjoy it. Yes, you can still find lobbies, but sometimes depends on the time of day you're sitting there loading in. Depends on, it's like almost any older Call of Duty that like expect to wait a while.
Try to answer all of those questions inside of this video. But first, let's put those massive player count spikes on Steam into perspective, because the big caveat to all this is that we're talking about RDR2 as a whole, and not just Red Dead Online. It may surprise you, but even to this day, we have people jumping into the story side of things for the very first time and losing themselves in an immaculately crafted Wild West experience that transports you to a different time and place. However, this also means that some of those story players bleed over into the online mode because after finishing the Vanderland saga, they want to experience even more RDR2, complete with a new set of characters and exciting new jobs and content.
I think that's one of the biggest things, though, is how a lot of people wanted a cowboy multiplayer experience, and they now I think like there's a few games out there that is like the chivalry, like it has multiplayer, but that's not even cowboy. That's like medieval time, and still, that is a fun game to play. but like at the same time, it don't feel like that game also just didn't feel like it was like had a purpose other than like a team deathmatch. If anything, uh, that's all it really felt like, in my opinion. I kind of like how Rockstar did Red Dead. It feels like, yes, I can go into some team deathmatch if I wanted to, but at the same time, I can go into free roam and I can play against people or talk to people, hang out with people. I love the free roam because you never know who the hell you're going to run into, and sometimes like you run into some assholes that are going to just want to keep trying to kill you, but like still that's part of the fun. Like that's a lot of the fun. Like you never know who you're going to meet and what you're going to about to run into.
So it's fair to assume that even though Red Dead Online has lost a lot of players over the last 6 years due to general fatigue in the player base and lack of updates from Rockstar, it also has gained a good chunk of newcomers during the holiday season. These people haven't unlocked all the roles, nor have they participated in the various free roam events that make this game so interesting for first timers. They're still busy trying to figure out how to make money and what to do, what to buy, and since it's their first time in the game, and Red Dead Online's gameplay loop, while similar, it's still very different than that of RDR2's single player story. And I know a lot of you haven't logged into Red Dead Online for a while, but in my own experience, it also seems like there are far more new players right now in every single lobby than ever before. Most of them are under level 50, riding around on their Wild Bay Mustang, armed with an Evans repeater, taking potshots at NPCs and getting into fights with the few veterans that still populate the servers. There's also the occasional modder or a guy with a barcode for a name, but these are still rare occurrences. In fact, you rarely run into anyone outside of the main hubs like Valentine, Saint Denis, or Rhodes, because most of these lobbies have under 15 players these days, and what few players there are will also mostly be low levels who don't know where to go or what to do. Now, the upside to this shift in the player count and general experience level is that you're rarely griefed while doing trader missions or moonshine deliveries now. No more people running around with explosive arrows, blowing up your wagon, or lassoing you while you're just minding your business. And the downside to having fewer players is, well, fewer players. Think about that for a minute. The map of RDR2 is absolutely massive. It's slightly bigger than the map of GTA 5, and yet you don't have any fast cars or aircraft to carry you around the place. Instead, you're stuck with your horse, a very slow means of transportation in comparison, especially when you compare it to V12 supercars and jet-powered bikes. On top of this, there are fewer points of interest, things like businesses, side activities, and properties. When you take all of these factors into account, it's clear that Red Dead Online can feel very empty unless you have at least 20 to 25 people in the lobby. PvP modes are a different thing because you have people queuing up for a specific type of content, but on the free roam side of things, you can wander for miles without coming across another human being. And as
Bro, and that's another thing. I hated running into people like when I was doing the wagons and stuff because what are y'all doing? I got a bump on my nose. Or dry skin, that's what it ended up being. I thought it was a bump. No, it was just dry skin. But no, I would run into those people all the time. Or like me when I would see people doing the wagons and stuff, I would even I still didn't run into them and try to grief them and stuff. Now, depends on who I'm playing with. They would probably want to go and try to grief them for their stuff, but 98% of the time, I did not try to go and grief them people, and because I was like, shit, I don't want them to grief me. I don't want. Why would I grief them? And honestly, even back when the servers were bumping, you still would go miles without finding people. That was just great, in my opinion.
As much as I enjoy the atmosphere and art direction of Red Dead Online, current lobbies where Rockstar populates just 12 to 15 players, that can make it start to feel a little bit lonely and uneventful if you're a solo player who's new to the game and doesn't have any roles unlocked. Now, one of the things that might interest you as a newcomer is the PvP, because even though the gunplay mechanics in RDR2 are quite basic compared to most shooters, they do feel very impactful, and yet...
Actually, I was sitting here thinking, my little brother, he was sitting there playing, and some of my friends were playing when we were first playing and stuff. They were very skeptic about playing this because they some of them would hop on without us, without me and some of my other friends that were higher levels and stuff that had a lot of this stuff unlocked that actually grinded for it. They were skeptic about it because they didn't want to have to do all this stuff for the gold and all this and that. When but like they would hop in with us and we'd help them just gather the gold through like some of our missions and all this and that, so that they could hurry up and get the stuff done, so that they can unlock it. But personally, we didn't go crazy about it or anything. Uh, but like they were we've even like me and some of my friends, like I said, were that were higher levels, were like the friends that were under level, they would sit there and be like, "Thank y'all for," because I don't think I would continue to play, and I do believe that that grinding the gold was, especially some of the roles were like 15 gold bars and 20 gold bars. I don't know exactly anymore, but I do know that because it's such a big gold bar, they were, and then they were also saying, "Why would I want to spend the money on the game to get these gold bars when I would when the game's pretty much dead at this point?" It's especially like when they said they ain't gonna update it no more or anything. So that's more discouraging as well because like okay, it's either buy or do a lot of grinding. And for me and my friends, we didn't give a fuck about the grinding really, because a lot of times like we didn't really have no purpose of before they even started adding these roles. We had a shit ton of gold already because we didn't have shit to spend our gold on that we really give a fuck about. And uh we would just have gold. Honestly, like there was weapons and a few other things that had that you could buy for gold, but we just had gold and we just didn't know what to spend it on. And shit, once other than the, like I said, the guns, but like I didn't really care for some of the guns, and the guns that you could buy, it was like, bruh. um, but like to once you get done or one like it feels like there's a it's okay to continue to play a game when there's nothing in the game. Um, I don't know where. Well, it feels like it's okay to play the game when there's nothing in the game. Uh, if you know that there's going to be continuous updates and there's going to be more stuff in the game. When there's nothing in the game uh and you know there's nothing going to continue to play or continue to be added, you're like, okay, I don't even see the point of even playing this game. It's like, because yes, there's nothing to even play in the game, but there's stuff to work for. But some people don't see that it's worth working for as much than some other people. But like what he's doing right now, just doing this hunting stuff.
Progression. Now, PvP shenanigans aside, what you'll
I don't know if I skipped too far or what. I feel like I skipped way too far.
much as I enjoy the atmosphere and art direction of Red Dead Online, current lobbies where Rockstar populates just 12 to 15 players, that can make it start to feel a little bit lonely and uneventful if you're a solo player who's new to the game and doesn't have any roles unlocked. Now, one of the things that might interest you as a newcomer is the PvP, because even though the gun
Yeah, that reminds me. Because you have nothing unlocked, you're like, what's the point of playing? Because it takes so long to grind it. And then once I get it done, like, what's the point? Because there's nothing coming after that. The point is just to have fun, really. But some people, they want a purpose for everything they do, and know, and to know that there's going to be more to do. I don't know.
Gunplay mechanics in RDR2 are quite basic compared to most shooters. They do feel very impactful, and yet there's a huge amount of weapon variety to keep things interesting. Plus, you have the added complexity from ability cards and tonics that make it possible for several unique playstyles to be viable at the same time, depending on the loadout you choose. So,
I will say, in my opinion, the ability cards were fun as fuck, but also a downfall for the game. Because reason I say it was a downfall, yes, it was fun if you knew how to work them, and you took the time to learn them, and upgrade them, and make them better, and all this and that. But at the same time, so many people hated them because they were like, oh my god, he's just a tank at this point. Yeah, they had to nerf stuff, they had to bump stuff up, they had to weaken things and balance them out. But they didn't really do too much compared to like some of the stuff. I feel like if anything, some of these damn snipers should have been nerfed, or rifles, if anything, especially when it hits. When you have a hat on and you're supposed to have a hat kick back and let them kick your hat off before you get a headshot snipe, kind of pisses me off. Because I'm sitting there like, well, dude, I'm sitting here doing what I have to do, and you're just not, you're being a dick about it. Like, you're over here, we're playing the same game, but just because you have a disability card, you can take more shots, or this or that. It genuinely didn't feel fair sometimes. Because some people really, really went in deep in that shit. It didn't. It helped in free roam, but it didn't help as much versus the PvP stuff. Because like you'll be sitting there playing the PvP stuff, and you're like, okay, I don't. I need this for the PvP, but the free roam, it really didn't matter because like you could have nothing and still do good.
with that in mind, how's the PvP in 2025? First, let's break down the different PvP modes. You have the featured series crafted by Rockstar, which rewards players with double cash and RP lasting for 1 month at a time. This is one of the playlists where you're still most likely able to find a match in a reasonable amount of time, and I'm still able to find matches within a couple minutes in the featured series, provided I'm queuing at a normal time and not say like 2 AM in my local time zone or something like that. Next up, we have the various role-specific events, which require you to have unlocked a role first. And for example, if you have the Bounty Hunter role, you can participate in the Day of Reckoning event, where you compete with other players to see who can capture the most amount of bounty targets. Or you can also play Manhunt, which is more of a co-op experience where you try and capture your targets alive for the maximum reward. Sometimes, Rockstar will also hand out bonuses on these activities, like they're doing for the month of February, where you're getting 3 times the amount of money and XP for Day of Reckoning and Manhunt events, for example. And depending on which PvP mode has extra cash and XP tied to it for that month, you're going to find a decent amount of players in that queue. However, the same cannot be said for other PvP modes like the Showdown series or horse races. With anything outside of the featured series playlist, you'll have to try your luck, and you may or may not find a match within a reasonable amount of time, since...
Bro, me and one of my friends sat here for, this is when we started, getting to where, we didn't personally want to, this is like, it was like about when we was in episode 40 something, and, we started trying to come back to some of these, modes like this, and we realized, bro, we were like an hour and 45 minutes waiting for a lobby. We ended up talking with some people in the damn game, waiting forever, it felt like. We ended up adding the people that we were sitting there in the lobby with, just sitting there chatting for the longest time.
most players will typically gravitate towards the playlist that offers the most rewards for their character and progression. Now, PvP shenanigans aside, what you'll likely be playing most as a new player to the game is PvE content in the free roam through roles, which can be unlocked by spending your gold bars. And don't worry too much about earning gold bars because there are plenty of ways to grind gold in the game, and I've also got a dedicated...
Now there is. Now. But it's still more difficult. But now there is. But still, it's still a grind to get.
Guide video on how to make lots of gold as a beginner player, so you can check that out after this video. For new players, I highly recommend both the Bounty Hunter and Collector roles. Bounty Hunter for the action, Collector for the money grind. If you want to make lots of passive income, Moonshiner's a good option. If you like hunting and collecting animal pelts, Trader's perfect for that. And then finally, we've got the Naturalist, which is generally considered the least desirable of the lot, but it does have some pretty awesome perks.
It does, but it sucks. Because that bitch will spray your face any minute. Yeah, just because you could have accidentally, you could have went days in this game without killing people or animals. But you accidentally run over a squirrel with your horse. Oh, you're getting missed in the face and you can't talk to her for a 24-hour period, and you're like, bruh, you'll be sitting there waiting to be able to come back. A bear will come by and attack your ass. You just have to die, because if you kill that bear, because you killed that bear in self-defense, it doesn't matter. She doesn't give a fuck. You killed a bear, so you are harming animals, bitch.
The main advantage of this role is that you can use it in conjunction with your trader role to make lots of cash, since the Naturalist helps you snag easy legendary animal carcasses and pelts. Unfortunately, for returning players, Rockstar hasn't really added any new PvE content to the game since the Blood Money update in July of 2021, but you still have a ton of stuff to go through before you get bored. Between various roles, daily challenges, Blood Money missions, Telegram missions, and Call to Arms maps, you'll find plenty of stuff to keep you entertained for at least the next 6 months.
That is true. If you're brand new to the game and you have never messed with this game. Yeah, if you've never messed with Red Dead Redemption before, you have plenty of content to work for. Plenty of stuff to do. Yeah, you're about to not be bored for a while. That's all I gotta say. Especially if you really are wanting to get into this game. Damn. Pull that damn dry skin off. It burns now. What the hell even is this? It's a coffee shop. Oh. That's what somebody handed me when we was at the store.
Now, it is worth noting that Telegram missions and Call to Arms are the only two types of content that have received continuous updates from Rockstar after their big announcement in summer of 2022. If you aren't aware, back in...
Do you need a free, easy way to capture your gameplay? Introducing Outplayed. Record anything on your PC. Highlight reels.
In July of that year, Rockstar released a blog post and community update in which they confirmed that Red Dead Online would stop receiving major content updates because the team is moving resources away from Red Dead to focus on the GTA series, namely GTA Online, and of course, developing GTA 6. However, there must be some sort of skeleton crew in the Rockstar office working overtime to pump out the yearly Telegram update, because we got 3 more new missions in fall of 2024, as well as the year before that in August, and then even in 2022, after announcing that they would stop releasing major updates for Red Dead Online, Rockstar put out another 3 hardcore Telegram missions: In Bad Faith, Strong Medicine, and Sow and Reap. And so, if you don't know what Telegram missions are, these are basically stranger missions for solo players that you can access by reading a telegram from the Documents tab in your satchel. Some are escort missions, while others require you to steal stuff, and the quality of these Telegram missions has been declining with newer updates, and while it is hard to say how many we're going to get this year in 2025, there's a good chance that we'll still get new missions, so be on the lookout for those later this year. Next, we've got Call to Arms, and these are PvE area of defense scenarios in which you Go up by yourself or up to 3 other players, and you're all tasked with defending a town from hordes of enemies. These guys come in waves, 10 waves in total, and they keep getting stronger with each new round. Just last year, in December, Rockstar snuck in a new Merry Call to Arms map called The Market, which was set in Saint Denis, and it was a nice little extra for the holiday season that they didn't announce ahead of time. It was just a complete surprise. We also got new call.
Like he is saying, they still do tiny things here and there, but big things they don't do. Because the things that they do, you can get on the game and finish within an hour at most, to 2 hours. Depends on if you're efficient with it or something. You'll hop on the game. You're like, okay, cool. New missions, new this, new that. It's not, for at least for my Red Dead Redemption series that I wanted to continue. Like, it's not even that it's not even that they are not putting out any updates. It's just that there's not frequent enough, if that makes any sense, to continue there's stuff that I didn't even add into that series that they did do and stuff, but it's just a lot of it was when it became single player stuff to do by yourself. It wasn't as fun to like make the videos with, because yeah, I did a lot of that stuff, but a lot of that stuff was not as fun to make videos out of, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it was fun to play, but like, because there was no like other human interaction and stuff, a lot of times I wouldn't know what to do really. Like, I could have done like some commentary video over it and talked about, hey, this is exactly what you do and stuff, but it didn't make sense. For the series at least. But like we might do something down the road and come back to the game when there's a bunch of stuff to like do 20 missions in one video or some shit. I don't know, but it really hurts me to realize how once you're done with the major things for the grind, I kind of want to restart my character to do a whole new grind for all of the big things.
Call to Arms variations and maps during Halloween, which is also a nice gesture from Rockstar.
Now, I love that update. I did love that update. That was fun as fuck.
Towards all those Red Dead Online players who've been playing this game since the beginning, it shows that they haven't completely forgotten about us, even though the game is officially abandoned and on life support at this point. And apart from the new Call to Arms maps and Telegram missions, we also get the occasional return of some old Outlaw Pass items through yearly updates. Outlaw Passes used to be Rockstar's very own version of a Battle Pass, and there were 5 of these before they discontinued the whole thing. But yeah, other than these,
I loved it because it gave me a reason to grind even more. Some people don't like it, and I personally have had my arguments about battle passes in the past. But for a game that I actually enjoyed to play, that was one battle pass that I did not mind to grind. And it didn't seem like it took too long to even grind it, honestly, because like I just go do some PvP stuff, PvE, just hunt a bunch of animals. That's another reason why I love the game, because I can just sit there and the fucking free roam and level up by killing, skinning, and gutting animals on the game. I didn't, or just shooting people or the cops and stuff. I still would level up. I loved it. It's just, I feel like there's nothing else to do that I can hurt. Like, I still probably will play it, and I probably will make some, probably go down the road and do some live streams with it and stuff, but make some videos and stuff out of it. But a lot of it is just, damn. I don't know if I should start a new series if I do it, or what I'll do, or continue the series, but like make it further apart. I don't know how often I'll play, if I do. Hopefully they bring something, another Western game. Bro, I loved it. It was the best game in my opinion.
These occasional drip feed items and monthly discounts and cash bonuses on certain content types, it really isn't much to look forward to in Red Dead Online as an active player, not until we get a new Call to Arms map or Telegram mission, of course. It's unlikely that Rockstar will add more new missions to the Land of Opportunity storyline, and we probably aren't getting any new roles either, so we're stuck with the 5 specialist roles that we have currently. And wrapping things up, is Red Dead Online still worth playing in 2025? I'd say it absolutely depends entirely on what kind of player you are. Are you a returning veteran who has been grinding these past 6 years for every single role and they've seen everything the game has to offer? In that case, probably no, because if you already stopped playing, you got bored of it and nothing's changed, so you'll probably be bored when you log back in, because again, other than occasional limited time clothing or a discount, there isn't much to look forward to. But if you're a new player and you've never played the online mode before, I'd say there's no better time to get into Red Dead Online, simply because there are far fewer griefers and cheaters, the lobbies are pretty chill, although, yes, a little underpopulated, and you can still find plenty of people to play a match with in PvP if you play the featured series. And
there's so much just to grind for and work for and have fun with. You can just go fishing if you want to just chill and fish. You can level up just by fishing. And bro, I didn't realize how bad I missed it until I'm thinking about it. Like I love this game. And for them to just abandon it the way they did, kind of hurts me in a way. Not hurt me physically, just emotionally. Like, dang, man. I just feel like they pushed this as to the side just to work on GTA more, which I understand. But dang, man, it really makes me want to cry. But I can, like I said, there's still stuff that I can get on and do. I do get on the game every now and then, still, by myself. But like after about an hour of doing like 1 or 2 missions of whatever the side missions or something, or playing a few PvE or PvP modes, I get like, bro, I'm bored. And I hate that feeling, like, because I know that this game used to just give me hours and hours of fun.
like I mentioned earlier, there's more than enough PvE content between all the specialist roles, Telegram missions, and Call to Arms maps for you to have a great time for at least 6 months. Again, if you're coming in as a new player, you have everything available that the game has to offer in its entirety of its history, versus you joining in day 1 of the game and waiting for all these updates. It can feel a bit sluggish to get started at the beginning of the game, but once you earn some money and unlock the best weapons, pamphlets, horses, etc., Red Dead Online is such an enjoyable experience. And it still looks like $1 million after all these years. Red Dead Redemption 2 is still the generation-defining game, which is kind of crazy to consider. So if you do start playing this year, it doesn't feel like you're playing an old game. It feels brand new. But that's just my opinion here.
Because there's so much to do in it. Like, but at the same time, once you've did everything, and you've been playing and each consistent thing, it's crazy, man. It's crazy to think. I hope y'all enjoyed my series, though, for real.
Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think Red Dead Online is still worth playing in 2025? And if you're a new player, I hope my video encourages you to give the online mode a chance. Again, don't forget to check out my channel because I have so many Red Dead Online and RDR2 guides that you'd like to check out. I stream it live over on twitch.tv/hazardoushtv. And don't forget to drop a like if you found this video informative or enjoyable. And subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more content just like this. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, adios amigos.
It was beautiful. I enjoyed it. I want to say, if y'all, I'm gonna put this down in the description for y'all. But I'm actually, yep, I'm on the wrong channel. I am a manager of this channel, but what I need to do is change. So I'm gonna put black screen up.
It's the year 2025 and things
But yeah, I enjoyed this video. I recommend going and checking out his channel if y'all are into Red Dead Redemption content. If y'all haven't yet, I'm pretty sure anybody that is into Red Dead at this point has checked out his channel. Uh, and seen what he does. I love it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do this.
I can't even do.
Am I not live? Have I not been live? Bruh. Okay, I am live. It says live.